Tonight, Clooney on cheating death.
It was bad.
What few knew about his 70-mile-an-hour motorcycle crash the moment George thought he was going to die.
I was just waiting for the switch to turn off.
Plus, Daniel Craig's surgery after his onset injury. Why production on Bond 25 is going ahead without him.
Then, Mama June's tearful family intervention after her crack cocaine arrest? What happened to those teeth? Plus, why this Real Housewife was handcuffed in court today.
And exclusive, our very Brady renovation reveal with the cast.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing!
The finished rooms, what's next for the stars, and the house.
Could there be like a special?
And we could film it here.
Plus, our exclusive surprise with a very special member of the family.
Welcome, everybody, to the world-famous Brady Bunch house. Yep, that is it behind us. And we are so excited this day has finally arrived. We can't help ourselves. We are getting our exclusive peek inside, and there's a story here.
I knew you were going to start singing, but once you see this, I think it's really going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Michelle's losing her mind.
Full-on fangirl mode
Yes.
today. I really like stepping back in time, guys.
great,
And
yeah.
our big reveal is just minutes away.
But first, let's start with George Clooney news. Remember his motorcycle crash, right? Well, we knew it was bad, but George is finally revealing just how close he came to actually dying.
It was bad. I hit him at 70 miles an hour. Split my helmet in half, knocked me out of my shoes. You know, I mean, it hit hard.
Clooney tells The Hollywood Reporter he feared the end was near after this horrific collision in Italy last summer.
It was bad, and I was just waiting for the switch to turn off because I broke his windshield with my head, and I thought, okay, well, that's my neck.
And look closely at this surveillance footage obtained by an Italian newspaper. That's George right there, catapulted into the air.
I've learned that I really actually cannot fly.
Well, you did fly, actually.
Clooney was riding to the set of Catch-22, Hulu's dark comedy about World War II, when a Mercedes cut into his lane. George was with Grant Heslov, an executive producer and actor on the show.
As I was holding him, we was waiting for the ambulance. I said to myself, if he lives,
Yeah,
I'll never ride a motorcycle again.
Incredibly, Clooney's injuries were minor.
I was back at work like 4 days later.
George's twins with them all turn 2 next month, and we're betting the whole family's supporting Clooney's decision to stay off the bike.
If you get 9 lives, I got all of them used up in one.
Meanwhile, we have news today about another actor's injury. 007 star Daniel Craig will undergo ankle surgery. The 51-year-old was filming the latest James Bond film in Jamaica when he reportedly fell during a scene when he was sprinting. We're told production will continue while Craig recovers from surgery. That's expected to take about 2 weeks. The studio tells us, quote, the film remains on track for the same release date in April 2020. You know, it's been well publicized that this is Daniel's 5th and final Bond movie. It's tough to walk away, but then again, I'm sure he will not miss getting injured.
You'll walk away while you can still walk, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, no one got hurt during last night's live broadcast of All in the Family and the Jeffersons, but there was one epic flub.
Don't you turn your back on me!
Over 10 million people watched as Jamie Foxx entered the scene with some serious George Jefferson swagger, and then 2 minutes later, flubbed a line on live TV like only Jamie can.
So all is live. Everyone sitting at home just think their TV just messed up.
The unexpected moment caused Woody Harrelson, playing the night's famous curmudgeon, Archie Bunker, to actually turn away from the camera to hide his laughs. And before showtime, Woody's TV wife, Marissa Tomei, posted the moment she put on her Edith Bunker wig. Jennifer Hudson nailed the Jefferson theme song, and afterwards, co-star Kerry Washington posted the cast's own sing-along.
We finally got a piece of
Oh my God, it was over. We're all just still happy. Marissa and J-Hud snapped backstage cast photos, while co-stars Will Ferrell and Ike Barinholtz joined host and executive producer Jimmy Kimmel at the ABC after party.
I just can't believe how great it was.
Now that Jimmy's idea became Wednesday night's #1 show, which legendary sitcoms could go live next? If Kimmel sticks with nostalgic Norman Lear hits, the possibilities could include Sanford and Son, Maude, and Maude's spinoff, Good Times.
Ooh, good times.
Sounds dynamite to me. All right. Actually, though, I think the next TV show to get the live treatment should be this one.
You know, here's the good thing. They can shoot it right here, already have a set. We saw firsthand all the blood, sweat, and probably a few tears that it took to make this dream a reality.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing!
This is crazy.
Here's the story.
This is unbelievable.
I know. I tell you, I first walked in, I freaked out. I immediately felt like I was back on Stage 5 at Paramount, and I was really on our set. It's perfect.
This is what the entryway and living room looked like just 6 months ago. Here's during construction, and this is the big reveal after. Tell us a secret about what you remember shooting here in this living room set. One thing that maybe we didn't see on TV.
I remember magic tricks up here.
And now, abracadabra. So this is from the original set. This one is original. Like, you know, some of it has been recreated, like this sofa, because they couldn't find that fabric.
I just remember running up and down the stairs that didn't go anywhere, that are real now. And the bedrooms,
They go somewhere.
The bedrooms are on the second floor. Our bedrooms on the set were right outside that door.
One of the things that I will never forget is those kisses from Davy Jones.
Me neither. Okay, I'll never forget.
I was so
Right,
jealous.
we had a thing going on at the time, but I mean, Desi and Davy and Marion Ross came through that door as a doctor, and Joe Namath, right? I mean, we had amazing people on our show.
We want to see you back together on TV again. Could there be like a special, or could there be beyond the HGTV reveal?
I was going to say, well, this is it for now. This is
For now.
For now.
And we could film it here and live here.
Yeah, well, you know.
And drive that old car from 1972.
We could do the talk show here and freak out our guests, and they'd be unable to speak. Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, because when you first walk in, you freak out.
To make this iconic house complete, it took no fewer than 6 TV siblings and twin HGTV stars.
This is the most complex, the largest residential renovation we have ever done.
And there was one very important detail that was added for the first time.
On the Brady Show, they never showed a toilet because it was taboo to show a toilet on the show. So for the first time ever, the Bradys have toilets.
And you wouldn't believe what went into creating these entryway stones.
We actually sketched it from what we saw on TV, and then we got a projector and projected that onto the wall. We made them exactly the same size and color so that it was the same.
The hardest detail to duplicate, the staircase. We will show you that unbelievable reveal a little later. It was a challenge because they had to make this one-story house into 2.
Okay, so this was a feat of engineering. We cannot change that iconic roof line. What are we gonna do? We dug down.
So you went lower.
Yes. So when you walk in the door, you actually step down into the family room, and that was able to give us that staircase. We had to have the staircase.
E.T. was there for the very start of this renovation journey. Yes, even before HGTV got involved. We got an exclusive tour when the house was first put on the market last July. The home was listed at $1.8 million. HGTV swooped it up for a cool $3.5 million.
Is it true that this house is the second most photographed house next to the White House?
Really?
307 days later, the restoration is complete. Many of the original details had to be crowdsourced from fans.
Somebody had the actual toaster from the kitchen.
So the master bedroom, okay?
Yeah.
You remember
Come
there was
on.
the bed. On the headboard, there was a bust of a woman, and it was like a little white figurine. Someone had that same figurine in their house, so when you see the master bedroom, you'll see that white figurine.
So much fun watching them reminisce
It was
and explain
unbelievable
everything, right?
Being there with
I
them.
know. And we got so much more coming up from the Bradys. Next, that famous backyard.
Exclusive, Marsha returns to the scene of the Big Brady accident. She's got the football.
Plus, E.T.'s epic Throwback Thursday, sharing our favorite memories with the cast.
I mean, that'll really clear your sinuses.
Then,
She's either going to wind up in jail or she's going to die.
the dramatic intervention after Mama June's crack cocaine arrest, her teeth, her collapse.
And remember this Real Housewife arrest?
I'm going to kill you.
What happened after Luann was cuffed again today?
The
But first, only E.T. was exclusively on the Budapest set of Terminator Dark Fate.
I'm proud to do my part for strong women who haven't had any work done.
Linda Hamilton is back as part of a trio of women fighting a new evil Terminator. Mackenzie Davis and Natalia Reyes helped Linda take down Gabriel Luna.
Never seen one like you before.
Linda is 62 and last played hard-bodied Sarah Connor in 1991's Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
It's actually really hard to put muscle on at a certain age because you need hormones. You know, I don't have the hormones.
The movie picks up after that second Terminator film ended, and Arnold's back.
I'm delighted to work again with Linda Hamilton and with all the new cast.
I just want to hug him all the time.
Every morning.
Welcome back to E.T. Inside and Outside the Brady Bunch house. Listen, everything looks like it did 50 years ago, and we're going to show you the staircase and the backyard in just moments. But first, we've got news of two reality stars in some real trouble, starting with Mama June and her dramatic drug intervention.
I hate my I want to kill the person I am now.
Following Mama June's arrest for possession in March, her family stages an intervention on WeTV's Mama June from Not Too Hot.
If this intervention doesn't work, she's either going to wind up in jail or she's going to die.
Meantime, a harsh dose of reality for Real Housewives of New York City star Luann de Lesseps. In handcuffs at court today after a probation violation. De Lesseps was arrested in 2017 after this incident on the show.
Don't touch me. I'm going to kill you.
Luann was placed on probation as a result, but her parole officer claims she missed AA meetings and failed an alcohol test. In court, the judge altered her probation terms and she was released. In a statement to ET, Luann says, quote, "I want to put this behind me and move forward with my life." Coming up, we have to go to one other spot that when you walk in here, it literally takes your breath away. The biggest Brady House reveal of all.
We haven't been up there yet.
Plus, E.T. was on set for all the Brady reunions, and we have a Throwback Thursday you will not forget.
I know she's going to look after me, and I'm going to look after her.
And
our big surprise for the Brady kids, or adults. Hey, Tiger, don't give it away. There you go. Coming up. Closed captioning provided by...
Exclusive interviews with all the Brady family.
Welcome back to E.T. Inside and Outside the Brady Bunch house. Now, we have to go to one other spot that when you walk in here, it literally takes your breath away.
The stairs! Do you guys actually remember that day? And tell me what you remember about it, being on that staircase.
I'm going to get it for sure.
Well, we've been on this staircase many times. There are like 5 iterations. We would take a picture each year. So it was always the iconic thing we did.
Well, the new staircase looks just like that groovy 70s one that was the focal point of the Brady's living room.
Let's go again!
One of the biggest problems we had with 9 people in the cast was how do you stage them so that you can see everybody's faces, and the staircase answered the question.
Now we know how that happened. But in the real life house, there was no long staircase. It actually was a smaller split-level version right next to the front door. Maureen, Marsha Brady herself, helped demolish it.
Really?
When you built the staircase, you built it from scratch, but you made it look 50 years old.
Exactly. And I mean, you can't buy a staircase like that. The other thing that's interesting is that staircase technically wasn't to code for today's standards.
Oh.
We had to modify it so that it passed inspection. We had to add some plexiglass panels. Yeah.
Child safety.
Until then, it's a secret.
Can you go anywhere now without people saying, "Hey Greg, hey Marshall, hey Jan, hey Peter"?
I feel like we have friends everywhere we go.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. People will pick up the conversation mid-sentence like, "So, how's it going?"
Yeah,
you know,
like they've known you forever.
Forever.
These classic moments live on in reruns, and when they'd shoot interior scenes on a soundstage, well, the staircase led to nowhere.
We would go up the stairs and we would all just hide in the hallway up there and flirt and whatever. It was like our time alone, which was awesome, and no one could see us, But now it leads somewhere.
And now into that famous backyard.
Before there was never glass in these doors. So no one would hurt. Yeah, and the reflection. Now they're real.
There are a lot of memories in this backyard. It's where the swing set was and where the boys tossed that infamous football.
Hey, you guys.
She's got the football.
Your nose is beautiful now, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Is that Tiger's doghouse over there?
Tiger's doghouse. That's the teeter-totter.
We're going to set a new teeter-totter record.
Oh?
Mom said we could.
Susan, Cindy, and Mike, Bobby, were responsible for this renovation, including building Tiger's doghouse. And remember the fake grass that used to get mowed? Well, that's there too.
How does it feel being out here and looking at how they recreated things out in the backyard?
Well, it makes me want to go in Tiger's doghouse or get on the teeter-totter or do a potato sack race.
And this is the part that's better because we were never outside when we were outside.
This is really outside.
We had like 40 different shadows around us. And now it's actually under the sky, you know, and we had to compromise the backyard quite a bit because the footprint of this is all new.
It's the wild, wild west in the backyard of the Brady house. It's so much fun. Well, even though the show ended in 1974, that wasn't the last time we saw the Brady Bunch on TV. You know E.T. was there for that era that we like to call 80s Brady's.
This hairdo now, which don't ask me how I created this at the time, but a lot of punkers have this now. Have you noticed? See? So I'm in again.
E.T. has been there for all the reboots, reunions, a stage show, and the TV movies.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great comfort to be together. I know she's going to look after me and I'm going to look after her. We know each other very well.
In 1988's A Very Brady Christmas, the grown-up Brady kids came back to spend the holidays with Mom and Dad.
Oh, it's always nice to see everyone again. You know, I love everybody here.
The rapport that we built up years ago as a family still exists between us after all these years, and it's just like we never left.
Nice, that's it.
Whenever the Bradys got back together, it was like they'd never left.
I must admit, it's strange. It's strange to be here in this living room.
The original house has been totally recreated. They just stand in the set and I can feel all the memories kind of rushing through.
Christopher Knight, a.k.a. Peter Brady, had actually given up acting for a while.
Recently, I decided to pull out of the industry. This is a nice reprieve from what I am now doing, which is I'm involved in the computer sales area.
Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Ann B. Davis told us wherever in the world she went, people knew her as the family's housekeeper, Alice.
I was recognized in Australia. I've been recognized in Africa. I mean, that'll really clear your sinuses.
And Robert Reed and Florence Henderson have all passed on, but to us, they were family.
This show has a life of its own. The Brady family is a part of Americana.
And when the Bradys celebrated the holidays, we felt like we were right there with them.
We kind of think back over the experiences we've shared. It's been quite wonderful.
Consideration provided tomorrow on ET.
Like I could do this.
We're with Wendy Williams, her addiction fight and next chapter, back in the dating game. Plus, Kris Jenner, proud grandma of 10. What she told ET about Kim and Kanye's biblical baby name. Tomorrow on ET.